as a former teacher and a mother yourself, what were you seeing in children that adults may have been missing?
I always seen the innate wisdom and the innate kindness and the innate goodness in all children. And I believe strongly that when we give them the platform to demonstrate that kindness and to demonstrate their curiosity and their power and their compassion, they really rise up to it. I have never, in all of my years working with kids, I've never met a child that shied away from doing something for someone else when they understood how they can do that and just from simple things to bigger things that I really have seen that kids have innate wisdom that's there, and that was a big part of Kids for Peace is tapping into that and really letting them lead the way. As adults, we can get some of our own blocks in life, some of our own walls that can go up, some of our convictions can be a little bit stricter, and with kids, there's such an openness and freshness. And so really tapping into who they are naturally and innately. So I've seen the goodness in kids always, and really use that as that's the driving force of everything we do at Kids for Peace.
What did your own childhood teach you about peace and kindness and conflict?
I had a very blessed childhood. Um, so I grew up out in a country, up in the wine country, where we had a lot of land around us. I had a lot of alone time, so I really got to develop my imagination. I got to develop my friendship with nature. So I was a little bit of a kooky kid because I was always like, deep in my imagination that was there. But I love that. I always felt loved and supported. And so that, I've known not as much from conflict, but from experience, how lucky I was. And that's how every child should have, what their experience should be. And there were times, of course, with childhood that there were unpleasant things that happened. But I think I was always grounded in that knowing, just in this peaceful knowing. And I was able to address those conflicts with a compassion and openness. And so it sounds a little bit braggy, actually. I don't mean to sound so braggy about my childhood.
That's not braggy. It's the truth.
Yeah,
That's not
that's
braggy
right.
at all.
That's
Yeah.
right. I've really been I want every child to know peace, and they should not have to create it, but they should know it deep within. And the more empowered kids feel, the more in control of their own life that they feel, and the more peace that they can know. So my child was super blessed, and I've been able just to take that feeling of peace with me and really be inspired to ensure that all kids can grow up with that experience.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that when that's the issue, and that's the thing that through my work, and I know yours also, I want to circumvent what happens when you take a human being and intervene uh, on their peace. you know like children are innately curious and open and wanting to grow, and sometimes things happen in life, and it's not always intentional, but sometimes things happen in life that can kind of shake that up a little bit. And I think that the more that we can do to help them to remember who they are, no matter what's going on, whether you have a fantastic life or not, just to remember who you are. Because there are so many things in life, even under the best of circumstances, that seem geared toward moving humans away from who they actually intrinsically are. And I think it's important that we help them to remember.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because I've always taken those the conflicts as my like spiritual exercise, like the resistance that comes with that to make me stronger, and been able to turn that around, and having that, being so grounded with nature and with a peaceful upbringing. I had tools that have gotten me through as adults harder times, and really wanted to give the kids as the tools as much as possible so they can also get through harder times.